This was not an accident. Something is quietly watching your next move. There is a presence beside you that does not speak loudly, that does not rush you, that does not force anything upon you. It simply observes. It watches the way you breathe when you are uncertain. It notices the way your thoughts tremble when you stand at the edge of a decision. It recognizes the quiet shifts inside you long before you are aware of them yourself. And this presence understands something you have forgotten. None of this has been random. None of this has been accidental. Every pause, every delay, every silent moment between motions has been part of a subtle alignment unfolding beneath the surface of your awareness. Stay till the end. You have been wondering why the path has not opened as quickly as your hope expected. You have questioned the stillness. You have doubted the waiting. But something has been choosing not to move just yet, not because you are unready, but because your inner world is being gently measured for steadiness. Not judged, not tested, simply understood. A calm observation, like the way the sky considers the horizon before letting the sun rise. The unseen has been learning the rhythm of your heart, learning how to trust the way you grow, learning the quiet precision of your readiness. There is a watchfulness surrounding you, yet it carries no threat, no pressure, no demand. It is the awareness of something that values timing far more than momentum, something that knows that true movement must begin in silence. It has been waiting not for events to change, but for your inner waters to settle into clarity. Because when the movement comes, it will ask you to step forward without hesitation, without self-doubt, without fracturing yourself in two. So, for now, the pause remains. It is not punishment. It is preparation. Don't skip this moment. You may not see it, but your next move is already forming in the unseen. It is like a breath gathered before speech, like a seed resting beneath the soil before it breaks the surface. And during this time, the presence around you watches the way you carry stillness. Do you resist it? Do you soften into it? Do you trust the space between steps? The stillness is refining your alignment. It is teaching your nervous soul to stop reaching forward with fear and begin resting inside inevitability. Everything that surrounds you has been listening to your inner dialogue. The doubts, the hopes, the quiet faith that flickers even when you do not speak of it. You are being seen without exposure, known without intrusion. The unseen monitors the way your heart returns to balance after storms. It observes your capacity to hold yourself gently. It notices the way you stand back up each time the world grows heavy. Not because you are being evaluated as worthy or unworthy, but because your inner steadiness determines when the path opens. There is no rush here. There is no race. There is only timing. Quiet, exact, intentional timing. Movement born from alignment rather than desperation. The unseen waits because it trusts what you are becoming. It knows that the step ahead of you is meaningful. It knows that when you finally move, the direction will shape more than your circumstances. It will shape the inner structure of who you are. Stay till the end. And slowly, almost imperceptibly, something has begun to shift. The watcher is not distant. It is intimate. It stands beside your awareness like a soft mirror, reflecting your growth back to you. With every grounded breath you take, the alignment strengthens. With every gentle choice you make, the path ahead grows clearer. You are no longer being observed for potential. You are being trusted with movement. There is nothing to chase, nothing to force, Your role is to steady yourself, to allow the quiet certainty to rise like dawn from within your ribs, to realize that stillness was never a delay. It was calibration. It was the unseen making sure that when the path opens, your heart will be steady enough to walk without trembling. And now, without fanfare or noise, something completes itself. The watching eases, the waiting softens, the inner alignment settles into place like a final piece of a long, forgotten puzzle. There is no dramatic shift, no sudden burst, only a calm certainty filling your chest. The awareness around you no longer observes to measure. It observes to accompany. You are ready, and the path ahead is ready for you. There is nothing left unfinished within this moment. Only stillness, alignment, and the quiet confidence that whatever comes next will rise in harmony with who you have become. There is a gentle clarity forming in the unseen, like a quiet recognition that your inner world and the path ahead now resonate with the same tone. What once felt like distance now feels like presence. What once felt like delay now feels like protection. You begin to realize that your pauses were part of a larger breath being taken through you. The watching presence remains, but it no longer studies your readiness. It now walks beside you as readiness itself. Don't skip this moment. You have crossed an invisible threshold without force, without drama, without needing to prove anything. The stillness that once felt heavy now feels like a home within you. The silence that once made you restless now feels like supportive air holding your thoughts with care. You are beginning to trust the unseen movements that occur beneath conscious awareness. You are beginning to understand that your life is not random. You are not drifting. You are being carried with intention. The unseen has always known that your next move matters, not in a way that demands perfection, but in a way that acknowledges depth. Your path has never been about speed. It has always been about inner integrity, about whether your heart, mind, and spirit can walk together without resistance. Now, as you stand here, something recognizes that you are capable of moving as one whole being instead of a fractured self. Stay till the end. There is no need to search for signs. No need to question whether you are being guided. The guidance is not outside you anymore. It is woven quietly into your awareness. You feel it not as a voice, but as a calm direction, a subtle leaning, a soft gravity pulling you toward what aligns with your truest state of being. This is what the watching was always for, not control, not judgment, but deep, trusting companionship with the rhythm of your becoming. You may notice now that your decisions feel different. They no longer come from urgency. They emerge from stillness. Your choices are slower, clearer, more anchored. You do not rush to escape discomfort. You do not chase validation. You move when it feels like truth, not when it feels like pressure. This is alignment. This is the unseen process resolving itself inside you. There is a quiet blessing resting over your path, not spoken, not declared, simply present. The unseen remains near, but now it watches the way a guardian presence watches the growth of a tree, not interfering, simply honoring the unfolding. There is deep respect in this awareness, a recognition that you are now able to hold your path with both strength and gentleness. And so the process that once felt mysterious now feels complete. The silence has finished its work. The waiting has served its purpose. What remains is not anticipation, but calm presence. You are no longer preparing to live. You are simply living, in alignment with the quiet truth that has always been guiding you. You stand steady. You feel seen without exposure. You sense movement without pressure. And somewhere just beyond thought, you know with peaceful certainty that nothing ahead of you is accidental, and nothing behind you was ever wasted. Everything is aligned now, and you are ready to walk forward in quiet confidence, accompanied, supported, and deeply understood. There is a softness unfolding within you now, the kind that cannot be forced or rushed. It arrives like a slow dawn, not asking for attention, simply revealing what has always been there beneath the noise. You begin to notice that you are no longer waiting for life to begin. You are no longer standing at the edge hoping something will finally change. Instead, you feel life breathing through you in a steady and natural rhythm. The presence that once felt like a distant observer now feels like a quiet companion gently attuned to your every shift. Stay till the end. You recognize that being watched was never about control. It was about care. It was about allowing you to grow without interruption. The unseen has been honoring your space, honoring your sensitivity, honoring the way your heart needs time to bloom. It has been patient with you in a way the world rarely is. It has never pushed you to accelerate beyond your natural pace. It has simply waited, trusting that your inner alignment would one day arrive in stillness, not in struggle. And now that you are here, the watching presence has softened into trust. There is a gentle knowing that you will move when movement is true, and you will rest when rest is necessary. You no longer need to perform readiness. You simply are ready. The monitoring becomes companionship. The silence becomes support. The unknown becomes a calm horizon instead of an intimidating mystery. Don't skip this moment. You may notice small shifts in your awareness. The way your body exhales more deeply. The way your thoughts grow quieter. The way certainty begins to form without needing explanation. You are not anticipating a breakthrough anymore. You are becoming the breakthrough itself. The unseen presence observes this with quiet reverence, as though something sacred has settled into alignment inside you. Not dramatic, not loud, simply true. Your path now opens not as a sudden burst, but as a gentle unfolding, one steady step at a time. You do not need to search for signs in the outer world. Your inner world has become the clearest signal. Your intuition is not a whisper you strain to hear. It has become the natural tone of your awareness. Every choice now has space around it. Every thought rests on a foundation of calm assurance. You are guided not by force, but by resonance. This is what the watching was for, to ensure that movement would arise from stillness rather than fear, to ensure that the next chapter of your life would be grounded, not reactive, to ensure that you would step forward as a whole being, not a fragmented one. Stay till the end. Now the unseen no longer waits for you to stabilize. It knows that your root has taken hold. You are anchored. You are steady. You are aligned. And in this alignment, the presence walks with you, not ahead, not behind, but beside you, silent, calm, unwavering. And as you stand here, there is nothing left unresolved within the quiet, nothing unfinished in the stillness, only a sense that life and awareness now move together in harmony. The unseen is no longer simply watching your next move. It is walking with you as you make it, and you step forward gently, peacefully, certain that all is aligned, and that you are exactly where you are meant to be, steady, ready, and calmly complete. There is a deeper stillness forming beneath your thoughts, the kind that does not arrive with effort, but with surrender. You begin to realize that the unseen presence has never been separate from you. It has always been interwoven with your awareness, guiding you gently through seasons of uncertainty into states of grounded clarity. The path ahead does not ask you to rush, nor does it demand that you prove your worth. It simply opens in quiet recognition of the steadiness you now hold. Stay till the end. You notice that life feels softer now. The edges are less sharp. The pauses no longer feel like empty spaces, but like chambers where your inner world breathes freely. Every silent moment has become a sanctuary where you meet yourself without resistance. And in this sanctuary, the presence that once observed your readiness now relaxes into trust. It recognizes that you have learned how to remain still without collapsing, how to move without grasping, how to exist without searching for permission. This unfolding does not come with spectacle. It arrives with subtle certainty. You walk differently now, not faster, not louder, but with a grounded direction that cannot be shaken by noise or confusion. The unseen remains near, but the energy has shifted. You are no longer being gently evaluated for stability. You have become stability itself. Don't skip this moment. What once felt hidden now feels natural. The invisible support surrounding you is no longer something you question. It is simply part of the space you move through, like air, like breath, like light tracing the outline of your being. Every step you take is accompanied, not from a distance, but in seamless partnership with the quiet intelligence guiding your life. There is no tension in this companionship, no pressure, only trust. The stillness that prepared you has completed its work. You have discovered how to remain rooted in yourself regardless of what rises or falls around you. And because of this, the next movement in your life will not be a reaction. It will be an expression, a natural continuation of the alignment that now lives within you. Stay till the end. There is no sense of anticipation anymore. Only presence. Only a steady awareness that whatever unfolds will meet you where you are, and you will be equal to it. The unseen no longer asks whether you are ready. It knows. It feels the grounded calm in your chest, the unforced softness in your gaze, the deep acceptance in your spirit. Now the process becomes simple. You walk. You breathe. You trust. The watching presence moves with you not as a guardian, not as an evaluator, but as an extension of the same quiet awareness that has always guided your unfolding. There is no separation here, only unity, only flow, only serene completion. And as you rest in this awareness, you understand that nothing has been accidental. Every moment of stillness has led you here. Every unseen alignment has settled into place. There is nothing left unresolved beneath the surface, nothing waiting to be proven. Only calm certainty, steady readiness, and the quiet grace of knowing that you are fully aligned with the unseen path unfolding gently before you. There is a tenderness growing inside the quiet space of your awareness, the kind that feels like a gentle hand resting upon your shoulder without needing to speak. You feel it now more clearly than ever, the realization that every unseen movement in your life has been guiding you toward this inner steadiness. You are not being rushed toward destiny. You are being invited into presence. And in that presence, your path unfolds without effort. Stay till the end. You begin to sense that the journey was never about reaching a point in the distance. It was always about cultivating the strength to remain grounded where you stand. The unseen presence understood this from the beginning. It knew that true movement does not come from striving, but from quiet alignment. And so, it watched. It waited. It remained close as you learned to soften into stillness, to trust uncertainty, to relax into the unknown without fear. Now the stillness feels like a companion rather than a void. You no longer resist it. You rest in it. The pauses between your thoughts become places of clarity rather than confusion. And the presence that once felt like a silent observer now feels like part of the natural rhythm of your being. Don't skip this moment. There is nothing looming ahead of you demanding urgency. There is only a gentle unfolding. You move forward not because you are pressured to do so, but because it feels like the most natural expression of who you are becoming. You are not walking toward alignment anymore. You are walking from within it. Every step is steady. Every breath is anchored. Every thought is held with grace. The unseen presence recognizes this shift. It no longer observes to ensure your readiness. It remains simply to walk with you, as though the journey has become a shared awareness rather than a monitored path. There is respect in that closeness. There is peace in that companionship. There is a quiet acknowledgement that you have grown into the very stillness that once felt foreign. You no longer look outward for reassurance. You no longer search for external confirmation that you are on the right path. The confirmation lives within you now, like a soft glow that does not demand attention, but never fades. Stay till the end. And in this serenity, a completion unfolds, not loud, not dramatic, simply true. The unseen process that once guided you so carefully has settled into harmony with your awareness. There is no gap between watcher and walker, between stillness and movement, between uncertainty and trust. You exist now in quiet alignment. You stand here without tension, without doubt, without needing to grasp for the future. The presence remains with you, not as a force, not as an authority, but as a calm constant that reflects your own inner steadiness. The unseen path ahead feels open, peaceful, and complete. There is nothing left to chase, nothing left to question. Only a gentle readiness resting in your chest, reminding you that every silent moment has served its purpose. And as you move forward, you do so with quiet confidence, steady awareness, and the deep knowing that nothing in your journey has ever been accidental. There is an ease settling into your spirit now, like a long, held breath finally exhaled. You can feel how the unseen presence has shifted from silent observation into gentle companionship. It no longer needs to weigh your uncertainty or measure your strength, because your strength now exists without needing to prove itself. The pauses that once echoed with questions now hum quietly with understanding. The stillness is no longer preparation. It has become your natural state. Stay till the end. You walk through your days with a softer awareness, sensing how every moment carries meaning without needing to announce itself. You notice the way your choices now rise from within rather than being forced from fear. You do not chase outcomes. You allow them. You do not cling to what wishes to pass. You release it. And the unseen presence, no longer distant, rests calmly beside your awareness, trusting that the alignment it once tended has now taken root inside you. There is no spotlight on you, no evaluation, no silent test waiting to be passed. There is only companionship with the quiet process that has been guiding you all along. You begin to see how each season of stillness was never empty. It was layered with subtle transformation, shaping you gently, teaching you to hold yourself with patience instead of pressure, compassion instead of judgment. Don't skip this moment. You now recognize the beauty in delayed motion. You understand that what does not rush cannot break you. You feel how the next move in your life will not arrive as disruption, but as continuation. Like a river flowing into a wider channel, your path expands without noise. You step into it with grace rather than resistance. You can feel the unseen watching, not as control, but as quiet appreciation for the steadiness you now embody. The world around you may still move quickly. People may still hurry, still grasp, still chase what they fear losing. But you remain anchored. You carry stillness with you like an inner sanctuary. You have learned the rare art of trusting the unseen timeline of your becoming. You no longer ask, when? You simply breathe into what is here, knowing that alignment always reveals its next movement when the moment is naturally ready. Stay till the end. And in this awareness, something completes itself. Not with finality, but with peace. The unseen process no longer needs to prepare you, because the preparation has dissolved into presence. The sense of being watched has softened into the feeling of being accompanied. You are not waiting for life to begin. You are already inside it, awake, grounded, aware. You stand here without tension, without urgency, without the need to rush toward outcomes or escape uncertainty. The path ahead lies open, not as pressure, but as invitation. And you walk forward knowing that every unseen moment, every silent pause, every stretch of stillness has led you gently, lovingly, and intentionally to this state of calm alignment. Nothing has been accidental. Nothing has been lost. Everything has been guiding you toward this quiet readiness that now lives within you, steady, trusting, and completely at peace with what unfolds next. There is a gentle warmth woven into your awareness now, a quiet reassurance that settles into the spaces where doubt once lived. You feel it in the stillness between your thoughts, in the slow rhythm of your breath, in the way your heart no longer reaches outward in search of something to anchor it. You have become your own anchor. And the unseen presence that once watched from a silent distance now rests within that same calm center. It no longer observes you to understand who you are becoming. It simply dwells beside you as part of your becoming. Stay till the end. You no longer question why certain doors open slowly. You no longer wonder why some paths took time to reveal themselves. The answers do not come as explanations. They arrive as a feeling of deep rightness, as if every stretch of stillness was a hand gently guiding you back into alignment each time the world tempted you to drift away from yourself. You sense now that the waiting was never empty. It was filled with unseen care. There is no noise in this realization. No dramatic revelation, just a soft awareness that you are now moving in rhythm with something larger than thought. You do not force outcomes. You lean into them. You do not resist change. You breathe with it. The presence around you remains steady, quiet, nurturing, not as an outside force, but as a subtle intelligence resting within your calm. Don't skip this moment. Your next move no longer feels like a test. It feels like a continuation of a story that has already chosen its tone, gentle, grounded, sincere. You do not step forward with urgency. You step forward with grace. The unseen presence watches not because it doubts you, but because it walks with you, honoring the quiet courage that now lives inside you. There is no pressure here, no expectation, only trust. And so the journey that began with observation now rests in companionship. The inner alignment that once felt fragile now feels unshakable. You understand that stillness is not the absence of movement. It is the source of it. Every calm breath becomes a doorway. Every grounded thought becomes a pathway. Every unopened moment becomes an invitation for life to meet you exactly where you stand. Stay till the end. At last, the unseen process that surrounded you completes itself in silence. There is nothing left to monitor, nothing left to measure. The quiet presence remains, but it no longer watches your readiness. It rests with you in shared awareness, as though your life and the unseen have reached the same steady note. You stand here fully aligned, not waiting, not searching, simply present. The path ahead unfolds without resistance, and you move forward softly, peacefully, with a calm certainty that everything that led you here was intentional, that every silent moment carried meaning, and that you are now prepared, not through effort, but through inner steadiness, to walk gently into whatever comes next, complete and aligned in the quiet grace of your own awareness.